So I'm in Munich and I'm in the middle of Koningsplatz. I'll probably pronounce that wrong. Anyways, I'll do a little 360 in selfie mode, then I'll turn around. But if you've seen any pictures or movies that portray Hitler standing in front of a building with numerous, for as far as I can see, German soldiers giving speeches, this is the area that I'm in. Unfortunately, there's an event going on. I'm gonna hang out here for a little while just to get the feel, but there's an event going on and it pretty much takes away from a lot of the aesthetics or a lot of what I was expecting to see here. You may ask, well, what did you expect to see? I just expected to see like an empty, maybe a green field in the middle. Some people coming through here and there. I didn't expect to see all of this, which is fine. I mean, life moves on, obviously. But here, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So there's this building here, and then there's this one, and then there's this one. I mean, if you just picture these with those red Nazi banners with the swastika hanging from hanging down from them, multiple ones. I guess they're museums now, and I gotta tell you, I mean, there's plenty of museums, churches, palaces to go inside and visit. I have today one more full day, and then I fly out the day after. And I gotta tell you, people, I'm a little bit burnt out with museums. I just really am. I want to hit some historical sites like this. I'm zooming in on this building because that building is standing in place where one of the headquarters was. It was not that structure. That structure is totally gone. But in my research, I found out that squared off, one-dimensional looking building is in a spot where there was a famous building. But I'm gonna go to a few of the other historical spots that you might have seen in newsreels, documentaries, and footage today. And then I've been actually kind of kicking back a lot in the hotel room. Just getting ready to go home. All right, that's about it for this area. Koningsplatz. What I'll do is I'll put a link to I'll put another YouTube link at the bottom of my description box. So if you want to know more history about this area I'm standing in, you'll have that opportunity. Okay, this one here is kind of across from that complex I was just at. And so much is going on around here, but this one's called the Führerbräu, or the Führer's house. It was not his house where he lived in, but it was a government house, but known as the Führerbräu. I'm pretty sure I'm pronouncing that pretty close. Yeah, this is right. Well, let me show you. So there's that, and there's the complex right there that I was talking about earlier. Matter of fact, I might get a better picture from here. They're doing some kind of, I don't know what they're doing, but not a lot of people are allowed to get in there right now. So this is another site. It's called Feldern Hall. I think I'm pretty close to that. It's well, I better turn this around so we got our orientation right. So then right to the left of it, to its left, there's this area here, this alleyway, which I'll get into in just a moment. But so this was actually built as a memorial, I think, to the Prussian War, and there was something called a beer hall push when Hitler was rallying like-minded people for the Nazi regime, and they ended up having a standoff with the Bavarian police right down this alley where these bicyclists are going, pretty close to where this door is. I think there's a marker here somewhere. Yeah, I see it. It's right there. I'll get up close to it. But the Nazis ended up turning this into somewhat of a shrine and a meeting place after they got into power, to remember the fallen. I think 14 of them got killed and 4 police officers got killed. And I think this is the only marker here. That was in 1923. And right where these pillars are, I think is where the standoff was, and there's a little path marked with brass markers that I'll show you in a second. So this is what this tour group is going over. He's explaining the significance of this area. So I think the alleyway is just up here a bit. Here's another brief marker. I'm not too far. I mean, there's everything. I'm just a few steps, and I know that brass walkway is right here. Well, I think they're just painted, and what this was is that I guess it was called Shirker's Alley because people would walk down here after the Nazis gained power. This is the alley they would walk in, because if they didn't, what they were required to do is if they walked down this direction, they were required to give the Heil Hitler, the Nazi salute, when they passed that, which then became the shrine. So Germans that didn't want to abide by it, that disagreed with it, wouldn't walk past it. They'd walk back down that alley I just showed you. So let me see if I can get a close-up of this plaque. Okay, that side's in German. I don't think any of it's in English. And now I'm getting converged on by two groups. So I'm glad I was able to get that before they showed up, because that's the area I was talking about. So right there is where the marker is. But that's why I don't like traveling in groups like that. And that's why I try to get in front of them. I was fortunate yesterday, actually, in Dachau. I was in front of most of these groups. That's why I got some of those really clean shots of the buildings and the interior of the buildings, because those groups just are overwhelming. So now I'm going back into the right orientation. So if you're walking down the street, they're looking at what I just showed you. Thank God I was here first. There's the street, and the standoff was right in this area, anywhere between those pillars and this area. Apparently 14 of those Nazis got shot. I don't know if they died. And then Hitler fell and broke his shoulder or separated his shoulder or something, and evaded, got away. But it was right in this alley where the beer push conflict, whatever they call it, this is where this happened. I'm actually walking back towards where I had dinner last night, which was the Hofbrauhaus, the beer place, the beer hall. I just wanted to talk a little bit before I got there, because it's right around the corner. This is also an area, an actual place where Hitler would meet and have many discussions and plan things out and meet with his fellow Nazis. Okay, so there it is from a distance. I'll get up close to it in a second. But that's where I had dinner last night. So this is the front. It was really good food. I wouldn't even say it was too pricey. It wasn't too pricey either. But that's it. That's one place where he would meet and discuss things. All right, I'm on to my next site. Well, I'm walking back to the hotel. this really cool church in front of me. The rain has really put a damper on my plans, but I'm okay with it. I did a few things today. Got another full day tomorrow, so let me zoom in on this church. I don't know if I'm turning here or not to get to my hotel. Oh man, it's like juggling. Construction cranes in the middle of it. Oh, I better start walking. So it's only about 4 in the afternoon, but I might designate today to get some laundry done, maybe. Not get myself killed in this traffic. But yeah, you can see it's been a wet 3 days. I could really use that nicer umbrella I had that I lost at one of the train stations that my family knew I was going to lose anyways. All right, this might be it for today. Gonna get stuff packed up, do some laundry, maybe go to the BMW museum tomorrow, but if not, looking forward to being home.